Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and we are coming to you from the freezing Glacado City, where the Nordics are hosting the Heart Home Spectres, and the Nordics are hoping for a huge upset. They want to get their first victory by giving the Spectres their first loss here today, whereas the Spectres want to get a victory here and get themselves back on top of the leaderboard. Let us know who you think will win, and let's go!
3, 2, 1, go!
As I said, the Ghost types want to keep their undefeated streak, and they are starting out the same way they did last round with Skeledirge and Dragapult. It'll be Avalugg and Weavile starting out for the Glacado Nordics, and Dragapult, one of the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, starts off with the Defog, lowering that evasiveness of Weavile as Weavile responds with the Toxic, which is going to badly poison the Pseudo Legendary. This poisoning is going to get stronger and do more damage to Dragapult every turn as Skeledirge, with the Metal Burst, it is going to fail, and Avalugg, you can't see it on the screen right now, but it is going to go with the rest, which will fail because it's already at full strength. It will not fall asleep as Dragapult takes its first damage from that poison. As I said, it will get worse every turn, so Dragapult needs to make an impression, going with the Air Cutter, doing damage to both Weavile and Avalugg as Weavile responds with the Lunge onto Dragapult. Not very effective, gets an okay hit in there as Skeledirge responds with the Hyper Voice, also doing dual damage. Avalugg taking a big hit there, responding with the Barb Barrage onto Skeledirge, which is not very effective. And Dragapult continues to suffer from that poisoning. Skeledirge, thankfully for the Ghost types, was able to avoid being poisoned as a Solar Blade is set up by Dragapult. It's going to absorb light on this turn, see if it can finish it off, but first Weavile trying for the Low Sweep, which will not affect either of the Ghost types. They are immune to fighting the normal type attacks, as a Tri-Attack from Skeledirge is going to take Avalugg out of this matchup. That huge physical defense having no impact for Avalugg whatsoever, already been taken out as Dragapult continues to suffer from that poisoning, and now out comes Beartic for the Glacado Nordics. Dragapult immediately though with that Solar Blade, bringing it down onto Weavile, and Weavile is taken out as well. This is the start that the Heart Home Spectres wanted. No wonder they started out with the same two Pokemon this week. As Skeledirge sets up the Sandstorm, this will actually do damage to every Pokemon on the field, as Beartic with the high jump kick, it will not hit because it doesn't affect Skeledirge, so it will keep going and crash and receive damage from that crash, leaning as every Pokemon takes the damage from the Sandstorm. Dragapult's also going to take more damage from that poisoning, but this is a terrible start for the Glacado Nordics. This is probably why they are on the bottom of the leaderboard right now, as they send out Cloyster, the Water Ice type, and now Dragapult with the Jaw Lock onto Beartic. Beartic's able to hold on though as Cloyster goes with the Water Spout. This will hit both Dragapult and Skeledirge and gets the huge play. It takes out both Ghost type Pokemon all by itself, even getting that critical hit on Skeledirge. But just like that, Cloyster has leveled the playing field for the Ice types, as that Electro Ball has no one to hit. Thankfully Beartic didn't use an explosion, which would have taken itself out of this matchup, as it does take damage from the Sandstorm. It's still in this as Drifblim comes out for the Ghost types, and it is joined by Electrode, who is immediately going to Terastallize into the Ghost type, and it's going to shed that Electric type that it has, so it doesn't have that weakness to Ground types anymore, but it is also immune to normal type and fighting type moves, as are all the other Ghost type Pokemon. We've seen that happen a number of times, but a Misty Explosion! What is Electrode thinking? It takes itself out of this matchup immediately, and it was actually quicker than Dragapult too, and it takes out Beartic in the process, which is great for the Ghost types. But why did it take itself out? As a Rock Throw, super effective onto Cloyster from Drifblim. Cloyster is going to respond though with the Giga Drain, trying to get back a little bit of health, but it's not very effective on the Ghost Flying type. Getting a bit of restored health there does Cloyster, as it is now 3 Pokemon on both sides. The Nordics are kind of holding their own at the moment, as Typhlosion comes out in its Hisuian form, and it's Frostlass coming out for the Glacado Nordics immediately with the Metal Burst, but that does fail. And Typhlosion, who is a part Ghost type, part Fire type, with the Terra Blast onto Cloyster, gets the elimination. Cloyster is taken out of this matchup. That is a great start for Typhlosion in this matchup. Drifblim follows it up with the Bitter Malice, and Frostlass is able to hold on, but barely, after that super effective move. But the Sandstorm is going to finish it off. Frostlass is eliminated, and just like that, the Glissato Nordics are down to 1 Pokemon up against 3 Ghost types. We don't even know who the last Pokemon for the Heart Home Spectres is at the moment, and this Sandstorm is still going as Houndstone comes out. It is the terrestrial Pokemon for the Glissato Nordics, and it is all by itself. It is going to have to bring something big. It sheds that Ghost typing, but it's still got that stab Ghost damage that can capitalize on over these opposing Ghost type Pokemon. Houndstone needs to capitalize on this as Typhlosion though goes with the Revelation Dance, and it's going to capitalize on its Fire type, and this will be super effective, and it is a one-hit wonder. Houndstone doesn't even get a move off. It is eliminated. The Glissato Nordics have been obliterated in the back half of this matchup, and this is going to leave them stuck on the bottom of the leaderboard, and next round they have to go up against the Motorstoke Engines, who are the other undefeated side in the PokeType League, whereas the Ghost types next round will have a bye, but the following round they'll be going up against the Olivine Carbons. I cannot wait for that, but until then, Nidorinas and Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching this high impact game. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.